Hello viewers, welcome to the digital class of Udayanath Autonomous College of Science and Technology. So in today's class, we will be discussing about a new thing, that is your decision making statements. In our last videos, we have already discussed the printf function and the use of scanf function. So how to get input from the user and calculate according to the program and evaluate the results, that we have already covered. In today's class, we will be discussing about a new topic, that is your decision making statements. So what do you mean by decision making statements? So actually decision making statements are the statements which are actually used for any type of decision making conditions. That means we will give a condition to satisfy some statements, and accordingly it will work throughout the program. So decision making statement help us to take a decision based on a condition and work accordingly. So in case of decision making statements, we have 4 variations. So the first statement which will be used under decision making statement is your if statement. So we have 4 categories, that is your simple if, we call it as simple if or only if statement. Next one is your if else statement. Third one is your if else if statement, and the last one is your nested if statement. So these are the 4 variations of a decision making statement. So previously what we have discussed, or what we have worked, or what the programs we have done, the flow of program is for top to bottom. That means, let's say an example, I will write an example, let's say hash include stdio.h, which is the general structure of a C program. Then void main, let's say I will add 2 numbers, so let's say A, B, C. So I have stored a number in A, I have stored a number in B, C equal to A plus B. Next I will print the value of C. So in this case, the flow of execution is from top to bottom. That means the flow of execution will be in this manner. That means it will go step by step, A, B, C. That means it will reserve memory A, B, C. Then it will initialize 10 to A, 20 to B, and 20 plus 10, that is 30 to C, and then it will print the value of C, that is 30. So that means here whatever program we will write, the flow of execution will be from top to bottom. But suppose we want to break somewhere, or we want to take a condition and the flow will work according to the condition. So in this case we have to use the decision making statements. So decision making statement can be executed by using these 3 methods of if. So if is a statement in which we have 4 variations, that is your simple if or only if. Next one is your if else, third one is your if else if, and the fourth one is your nested if. So first we will complete simple if, then we will move onwards. So now we will be moving to the first variation of if statement, that is your simple if statement. So simple if statement, the syntax of if is, we will write if, then in bracket we will give a condition, then we will have a block in which there will be statements. We can write any number of statements within the block. So let's say an example, so that we will satisfy the condition. Let's say I have stored int x equal to 5. Now we will be considering the if condition. Now if, now condition, suppose I will give x less than 10. So condition will be, now we have statements over here. So I will suppose I will write a statement printf less than 10. So here you can see I have written int x equal to 5. That means it will store a memory x and it will initialize 5 with it. Now the condition comes, if x is less than 10, so value of x is 5, 5 is less than 10. So every condition returns either two values, that is either 0 or 1 or true or false. So here the condition is true because 5 is less than 10. So the condition becomes true. When the condition will become true, then only it will enter the block, otherwise it will not enter the block. So if the condition will return false, so it will not go inside the block of if statement. So here 5 is less than 10, yes, it's true, 5 is less than 10, so it will go inside the block. Now the statement inside the block is printf less than 10. So we know that the work of printf function is to print a message, so it will print less than 10. But suppose I am changing the program, suppose I will say, let's say int x equal to 50. So here what comes, now x equal to 50 means 50 will be initialized to x. Here condition will come x, the value of x is 50, it will check is 50 less than 10, true or false. So 50 is less than 10, it is not true, that means it is false. So once it will send the false result, so it will not enter the block. So the statements after the block of if will be executed. So this is the example of a simple if program. Now we will be discussing some more examples of if statement. Let's say an example, write a program to enter a number and check whether it is positive, negative or 0 using if statement. So as we have discussed the syntax of if statement and a simple example of a if statement, so we will be solving this program using the if statement. So let's say our program will start with hash include stdio.h, which is the header file as per the structure of a C program. Then next comes your void main. Then we have to enter a number, so I have to take a number, suppose let's say int n. So I have to enter a number, so let's say I will print a message printf enter a number, so that it will be easy for the user to enter a value. So it will be easy for the user to check what type of value he should enter. Next, to enter a value we need scanf, we need format specifier %n, which is the structure of a scanf function. Now we have entered the number, now we have to check whether the number is negative, positive, negative or 0. So what do you mean by positive number according to mathematics? So if a number is greater than 0, it is considered as positive. If a number is less than 0, it is considered as negative, and if a number is equal to 0, then it becomes 0. So we will apply the same logic over here. So I will write if n is greater than 0, so it will print the message printf positive. If n is less than 0, so it will printf negative, and if n equal to 0, so we will printf 0. Okay, so now you check the program, we will take a value and check whether the program is correct or not. So first thing is we have to take a value. Suppose I will take a variable n and I will initialize a value to it. So in scanf function the user will input a value. Suppose let's say he has entered 10. So n has a value 10. Here it will check n, that is 10. 10 is greater than 0, true or false. So the condition is true. So as we have discussed, if the condition will return true, so it will enter the block of the if statement. So 10 is greater than 0, so it is true. So it will enter to the block, and what it will display? It will display positive. So my answer will be positive. Next it will come over here, 10 is less than 0. No, 10 is not less than 0, so it is false. So it will not enter the block of the if statement. Next here it will come 10 is equal to 0. So why we are using equal to, why double equal to? Because single equal to is an assignment operator, but double equal to is a conditional operator. So wherever we will be using or any condition, there we will be using double equal to. So 10 is equal to 0, false, so it will not enter here. So we have got the answer positive. So 10 is a positive number. Let's say another example, suppose I will enter minus 539 in n. So n will have a new value, that is your minus 539. So it will check minus 539 is greater than 0, false. minus 539 is not greater than 0, so it will not enter the if block. Here it will come minus 539 is less than 0. Yes, the condition is true because minus 539 is less than 0. So it will enter the block of this if statement and it will print negative. So it will print the answer as negative. Then again it will come over here, minus 39 is equal to 0. No, it is not equal to 0. So it will skip this if also. So in another example, if I will take the value of n as 0, exactly 0, so it will ask 0 is greater than 0, false, 0 is not greater than 0. Then it will come to this if statement, 0 is less than 0, no it is not less than 0, so it will skip this block. Again it will come to this block, n is equal to 0, 0 is equal to 0, yes 0 is equal to 0. So here the condition gets satisfied, so it will enter the block of this if statement and it will print the message as 0. So we will get the answer as 0. So this is the program to check whether the number is positive, negative or 0 using the simple if statement. That means the number of conditions we have to specify that number of if statement. So if a program needs 10 conditions and we are following the simple if statement, then we are bound to take 10 if statement to satisfy the conditions. So this is the program of a simple if statement. Next we will be moving to the if else statement. So here we have another statement, that is your else statement. So let's see what is the syntax and example of if else statement. So what is the syntax? If, in bracket we will be writing a condition, then there will be there can be a single statement or there can be multiple statements in if block. Then again we will write else and again some statements within the else statement. We can have a single statement or a number of statement in the else block also. So what is the work of this if else statement? So if a condition gets satisfied or a condition returns true, then the statements within the block of each statement will be executed, and if the condition of the if statement returns false, then it will skip the statements of the if block and it will move to the statements of else block and it will execute it. So there is no condition required for else. That means if the condition will return true, if block statements will be executed, and if the condition of the if returns false, then it will move to the statements of the else block. Let's say an example. Suppose I will write x equal to 10, int x equal to 10. If x is greater than 5, then printf greater else printf smaller. So you can see over here I have written int x equal to 10. So 10 will be initialized to x. So that means 10 will be stored in x. Now it will check the value x, that means 10 is greater than 5, true or false. So the condition is true, 10 is greater than 5. So I have already told you that if the condition will return true, then the statements within the if block will be executed. So this condition is true, so it will enter here and it will print greater, and it will not come to the else statement. It will not at all execute the else statement. So let's say I will change the value. Let's say I have taken over here 50. So x equal 10, that means 10 will be stored in x. So here the condition will check 10 is greater than 50, true or false. So 10 is not greater than 50, it is less than 50. So as the condition returns false, so it will not enter the if block. It will move to the else block. So it is written over here smaller. So answer will be smaller. So this is how the if else statement works. So if the condition of the if statement returns true, then it will totally not come to the else block, and if the condition of if block is false, then it will eliminate or it will skip the block or statements of the if block and it will move to the else block. So this is the working of a if else statement, but we have a limitation that in if else statement only two conditions can be satisfied. That means the program which has only or exactly two conditions, in that program we can utilize the if else statement. One condition will be given in if and the reciprocal will be in the else statement. So this is the limitation of if else statement. So we will be describing if else statement through a program which we will be discussing here. So let's take an example of a if else statement. So write a program to enter two numbers and print the greatest number. That means we have to enter two numbers, we have to consider two numbers and we have to print the greatest number within the two numbers. So let's start the program. So our program starts with #include stdio.h, which is the general structure of a C program. Then next comes void main. So we have to enter two numbers. So I will take two variables, let's say int x and y, and now I have to give a message to the user so that the user will not confuse the what type of value the user should give. So enter two numbers. Now I will write scanf %d %x, again scanf %d %y. So we have entered two numbers. Now we have to check the greatest number and we have to print it. So if x is greater than equal to y, then printf %d x, else printf %d y. So now let's check the result, whether we are getting the right result or not. So we have taken two variables x and y, let's say x and y. It will reserve two memory locations. Now we have to take the values of x and y. Let's say x has value 150 as user has entered it and y has 100. So 150 has been initialized to x and 100 has been initialized to y. Now we have to check it over here. First condition is x is greater than y. So 150 is greater than 100 or equal to 100, yes or no? So the condition is true, 150 is greater than 100. So it will enter the if block. What it will print? It will print the value of x. So it will print 150. So as per our program, we have to print the greatest number. So the greatest number within those two numbers are 150. So it has printed the value as 150. So here we have noticed that as 150 is greater than 100, so it will, and the condition is true, so it will execute the if block and it will totally not move to the else block. So let's say we will take another example. So I will change the value. Suppose let's say x is 150 and y has 1000. So it will check the condition over here. 150 is greater than 1000 or it is equal to 1000, true or false? False, obviously false. So 150 is not greater than 1000. So as the condition will return false, so it will not enter the block of the if statement. It will enter to the block of the else statement. That means the statements within the else block will be executed. So it will come to the else block and it will print the value of y, and the value of y is 1000. So according to the program, we have to print the greatest number, and among the two numbers, that is 150 and 1000, 1000 is the greatest number, so it has printed the value 1000. So this is the program of a if else statement. So if else statement is actually used for exact two conditions. So where the program contains exactly two conditions, there we will be using the if else statement. So dear viewers, you have already seen the two variations of a if block. So decision making statements has four variations, that is if else if and nested if. So among the four variations, we have already discussed simple if statement and the if else statement. So we have already gone through much more examples of if statement and if else statement. So in the next topic, we will be covering the next two variations of the decision making statements, that is your if else if statement and your nested if statement. I think you have a better idea of using if statement and if else statement according to the need of the program. Thank you.